Hey there, ditch diggers and Christmas lovers. It's been 5 or 6 days since I've been out to the property. I always get nervous that we come out here and find the stuff's all been ripped off, but once again, we have not been ripped off. Yesterday I very optimistically rented the ditch digger for 7 a.m. forgetting that it's winter and it's dark here till about 8 a.m. So I bailed on ditch digging yesterday. Did some things around the house, but I did remember that our winter plan is to start later in the day. Like, we're gonna probably start at noon now and go till the afternoon, which will make our plan a little better. Young Brandon and I have just started the blue car and the white truck to make sure the batteries are still charged up. But Brandon did a good job. He filled in that big hole up at the front at the 16-foot gate, which has been on the to-do list for a long time. And he helped me several times with the ditch digger, which likes to get off track and so forth. But what we did, and it's kind of interesting now, is I ran a trench directly up to the well. And this is going to be good because doing the new calculations on wire, I can run 12 gauge wire because it's only like 200 feet. And that's going to save me a ton on the well installation cost. I still need a sub panel, which is going to be more to the left, the south, as we're looking at it. So I figured we're probably not going to get a garage in for quite a while. And even if we do, we don't need power right away. So I can punt the substation for quite a while. The ditch digger is actually not an expensive piece of kit. This has been like a 3-hour rental for 110 bucks. So it's a cheap piece of equipment. And if I have to dig another trench later for the sub panel, I will do so. But with the cash flow situation I'm trying to do, it's better off to keep it simple and work the next thing next. So the movement of the well was a good thing in a way, because it avoided me spending 1,200 bucks plus on wire and stuff. So I'll hang y'all out here for a second as I walk up to the well, across the ditch without falling into it. It was pretty good this first run. It only took a little over an hour because there was very, very, very few stumps. So that went really well. But I made a quick little curve here and ran the ditch right past the well with the idea that when I tap off water, I will probably run the water pipe this way. And then I ran a horizontal trench. Roughly, this will be behind the garages. So I've actually got the water running behind the garages. And the reason I did that is because water is going to be needed pretty much several areas along this front. So it's cheaper now to run a big long water pipe down to the power box where the RV hookup will be. And then I can run side channels off here for the agriculture, down there for the mobile home, etc. So it'll be a 2-inch main feed, and I'll be able to run traps or taps off of that. So, you know, this is probably the smart idea. The other thing is that water pipe only has to run 18 inches. And actually, when I measured it, Josh and I actually didn't even have this deep enough the first time. So I retrenched it, which actually turned to be good in a way, because we got the thing retrenched and got some of the, it's been sort of collapsing in because of the rains. But the bad news was, and it took me, I got a long way before I hit the problem with doing this. And that is because you run this thing backwards. It's sort of, well, long story short, the front wheel, as you can see, this is a spot. If you don't get the trench right on top of the trench, you collapse the trench and the front wheel falls in the hole. And we got it really bogged down here. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. The rear wheels were digging in and just spinning. And actually the whole bottom of the of the trencher was bottomed out because the front wheel fell in the hole. And then you can see, even after we got it going again, it was still chewing away the side. We were really lucky to get through this part without another drop in, or cave in as I call it. So we had to get the trencher more over to the left side going this way. It's and it kind of, once I figured out what was going on, this last part went pretty good. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect deep 24 inches because this hole is going to be water pipe. And then just to make later life easier for ourselves, I did the last little bit with the trencher, because even that's probably 25 feet. Even that 25 feet with a spade, I mean, that sewer hole down there is testament. Digging that sewer hole took 3 or 4 days because we're just not super young men anymore. So anyway, it looks kind of cool from here. So we've run the cars 10 or 15 minutes. Batteries are good. And the other problem, I didn't bring hydro and shit. So I'm out of breath. I'm out of hydro. I'm late for lunch. All the things I shouldn't be doing to my body. But we're going to go dump this thing and grab some lunch. Talk to y'all later. Hopefully I can get my mojo back, get my groove, my Stella groove back on, and get this thing finished off before the mobile home shows up. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.